Hello, legends, heroes, and poopy heads. Welcome to the Omni Flash channel, where Omni Flash will take gaming to the next level. Please like and subscribe.
So, 13 days ago, I created the Stone Cold Barbarian PvP guide. And everything was great, or so I thought. You get to slap your enemies around with your 3 stone balls. Until my friend Rahul the Electric Dude says, just to get extra balls, I changed to Barbarian. Getting lots of assists and trapping them good, but less kills. So that's a problem, less kills. So that brings me back to the drawing board. How do I get to play with my balls and get more kills? Then it came to me. You need more balls. That's right. With more balls, I can literally have no skill, 0 skill, and still get kills. You know, I always love after Battlegrounds, you always get the most wholesome messages. So, I just got this message just today from Twin Blade that says that I have no skill and that my build was so good that I could get kills even if I was blind. That's just how good this build is. Thank you, Twin Blade. I really appreciate all of these kind words. Oh, look, it's Twin Blade. Twin Blade, were you immobilized inside my Starfire? Weren't you full HP? Oh no, I'm being double teamed by 2 Blood Knights. Oh, well, 1 Blood Knight ran away. Twin Blade, however, is staying for the kill. Oh, well. Oh, Twin Blade. Oh. A lot of people are thinking, hey, the only reason this build works is because you have 8,000 or 10,000 resonance or something. Well, that's not true. I'm using 4,300 resonance. 4,300 resonance. This build will still work if you have 2,000 resonance. Doesn't matter what your resonance is. Your goal is to make kills, to make plays, and to buff your team. This build is so good, it buffs not only you, but buffs your entire team. This build packs insane damage, incredible crowd control, and it's even stronger than the mighty Barbarian build, with a whopping 133% more balls. So if you want to keep your enemies stunned and knocked back for an eternity, stick around and let's dive into this magical mayhem. What makes the Baller Mage Tank build so incredibly powerful, you ask? Well, it's all about those balls. Yes, you heard it right. We're talking about these magical orbs that will have your enemies reevaluating their life choices. With this build, you can have up to 8 balls in play. And trust me, your foes won't know what hit them. The cornerstone of this build is your Ball Mastery skill, also known as your Scorch skill. This allows you to summon multiple Scorch balls, which serve as your primary source of damage and crowd control. These balls can stun and knock back your enemies, creating chaos on the battlefield. And the best part of it, you can have up to 8 balls. To further amplify your power, we use the Immobilizing Nova skill. This will immobilize your enemies, stopping them in their tracks so that they cannot escape your balls. Sometimes your enemies will try to run away. But if you use your Immobilizing Nova, you will immobilize them, plus you will get a 30% movement speed buff. Plus, you will also get a 30% attack speed buff. The 30% attack speed buff comes from Vithu's Urges, the green set items that you get from dungeons. So you will want to get a 4-piece Vithu's set items. 4-piece Vithu set items will also help you for your PvE builds as well. It's very strong for wizard PvE builds. So be sure to get your 4-piece Vithu's Urges What's also awesome is because of the Vithus Urges buffs not only yourself, it also buffs your team. So now your Immobilizing Nova will buff you with 30% attack speed, 30% movement speed, and buff your team with 30% attack speed and 30% movement speed. This is absolutely insane. 30% attack speed and movement speed will give your team an incredible advantage over your enemies. Everyone being 30% faster so you can dodge skills, so that you have 30% more attack speed so that you can just, machine gun down your enemies. This is good no matter if you are a carry or if you are supporting your team. You're able to use your Immobilizing Nova to buff your whales. You're able to use your Immobilizing Nova to immobilize your enemies so that your whales can destroy your enemies. Now let's talk about Arcane Torrent. Arcane Torrent missiles are a primary source of destruction. With the skill Arcane Torrent, you'll be launching powerful arcane missiles at your enemies, obliterating them in no time. The best part of this is that it synergizes perfectly with all the other skills. Arcane Torrents they're homing missiles. They'll hit the target no matter what. As long as your enemies are close to you, they will continuously take damage. Even if you are down, even if you get hit with cheat death, even while you are down, because you're a gladiator, you have cheat death and you can get back up. During that time that you're down, Arcane Torrent will still be killing your enemies. So, what makes the Baller Mage Tank build the ultimate powerhouse? It's all about the balls. These magical orbs are your secret weapons, and they're about to turn the tide of battle in your favor. But before we get to the balls, let's talk about one more secret weapon, the Ice Armor skill. The Ice Armor skill is your beautiful blue ball of protection. It can be used both defensively and offensively, catching your enemies off guard. When your foes underestimate your blue ball and try to hit it, it absorbs their attacks. And here's the kicker. When your blue ball bursts, it unleashes a devastating explosion, dealing a ton of damage. It is the ultimate cold surprise. So how do you wield this mighty power effectively? Well, first of all, you want to start off by summoning 4 Scorch Balls. Then right before you get to the enemy, right before contact, you want to click on your Scorch Balls again. And so, if timing is perfect, you will have 8 Scorch Balls rotating around you. And you want to start that fight, and you want to smack your enemies around with all 8 Scorch Balls before the first set of 4 balls goes away. So right before your enemies make contact with you, or right before you attack your enemies, you want to look at your minimap. With the minimap, you'll be able to see all of the red balls. Those are your enemies. And once they get close enough, you want to turn on your Arcane Torrent. And you want to also use your Immobilizing Nova. This way you can immobilize your enemies so that your you can continue to hit your enemies with your Scorch Balls. Also, you'll be able to hit your enemies with your Arcane Torrent. And you will also want to use your beautiful blue ball shield known as Ice Armor. Right now, one of the metas for Blood Knights is the Skewer skill, and our enemies in this battle, there are a lot of Blood Knights, and they can be quite pesky because they all want to skewer my beautiful blue ball. So in order to prevent that, you should be moving in unpredictable ways. You need to not move straight down the hall, not straight in any direction. You need to be moving sort of like a just squiggly fashion. Move in a squiggly fashion. You have your 30% movement speed. If your enemy Blood Knights cannot skewer your beautiful blue ball, you're going to win, because that's where most of the Blood Knight damage is. And there it is. Alright, so now we're going to talk about the Legendaries to help you create this ultimate Baller Mage Tank build. First of all, we're going to be using I do prefer magic missiles. And we're going to be using magic missiles instead of electrocute. Because the meta now is pretty long range. You have Blood Knights. They're all using range skills. And you want to be able to attack these Blood Knights, attack the Necros at a range if possible. Being able to kill them from range. You have Demon Hunters that hurt a lot. I like being able to hit other wizards. Other wizards will trap you inside of blue, purple tornadoes. I just like being able to hit them with my magic missiles. Alright, so for hat, you will want to use Memory of Xiaoyu. Memory of Xiaoyu. That will give you your 4 flaming scorch balls. And you want to use Angmar's Repulsive Burden. This will increase your repulsiveness. Your enemies will be hit by your balls. They'll be so repulsed that they will be knocked back even further. They'll just get knocked back even further, and that's great. Keep them chain stunned by your balls. So, absolutely, this is 100%. You need this. Your balls. Some people they ask there's another pair of shoulders that can make your balls bigger. However, bigger balls does not mean better balls. You want your balls to knock them back further, extending the time of the CC, of the crowd control. Your main hand will be the Rift Carver. Rift Carver will allow you to have Arcane Torrent that will continue to shoot. It deals a lot of damage. It's probably your second most damage skill. You want to use the Pants Code Novel Castigation, will shoot out extra missiles. Just automatically shoots out extra missiles whenever you have Arcane Torrent up. The chest piece will be the Regalia of the Archmage. This is the immobilizing part of your Nova. Immobilizing Nova is super strong versus Necros and Blood Knights. I love it because one of the best parts of being a Necro and a Blood Knight is their mobility. And one of the reasons that a lot of Necros are using the immobilizing Corpse Lance build instead of the damage Corpse Lance build is because if you're able to lock down a Blood Knight or a Necro, if they're not able to escape and heal up, they're pretty much dead. So this immobilizing Nova is super duper strong. We also want to use the offhand Soaring Scree. Offhand Soaring Scree will allow you to buff yourself and your friends, all of your teammates. Soaring Scree offhand will buff your teammates and yourself by 30% speed. Also, there's a main hand called the Old Rust Stick. Old Rust Stick will give you 30% attack speed whenever you use Nova, which is basically all the time. You basically don't lose this buff. You basically have 30% attack speed at all time. This attack speed will make your magic missiles just machine gun your enemies down, since we are also coupling that with the 4-piece Vithus. 4-piece Vithus also gives 30% attack speed. And that stacks on top of the Soaring Scree. So the Soaring Scree will allow your Novas, and just your purple balls that you shoot out. I don't know how many purple balls you shoot out at enemies and your friends. So if you hit your friends with your 8 or 10 purple balls, I'm not sure how many there are. You hit your friends with your purple balls, they will get a 30% movement speed buff and attack speed buff. This is perhaps one of the best buffs in the game, because you're able to buff people from a very long distance, from across the screen. Your purple balls, your immobilizing Nova balls, they shoot out all over the screen, covers the entire screen with your purple balls. So yeah, the other set items that I would recommend is Montebanks. Gives you a little bit more survivability, because this is a mage tank build. You're not using teleport. Because you're not scared of anyone. To be honest, everyone should be scared of you, because you have all of the balls. Let's see, there is one offhand that I missed. It's the Blaster Cast. So you have one more offhand. Your other offhand is Blaster Cast. This will give you 2 more magic missiles. This way your primary attack magic missiles will be 3 magic missiles. That's a perfect number. And I prefer magic missiles over electrocute because of its range. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.